What's my creative process? My creative process is different all the time. I'll say that to me, it never shuts off. Everything around us. As a magician, I think, or a creator, you're always thinking of things to do with everything. You know, as a magician, you look at things differently. You know, from everyday objects to people to, you know, anything. You know, for me, it never stops, and it can be draining, but you never know when you're going to come across that one idea. So a lot of times for my creative process, I'm working on something else and it accidentally happens, you know, so I'm going this path, but then it takes me this path, and somehow it usually ends up working out. I'll put a pack of gum down and just start playing with it and just see where it takes me. And a lot of times it's like hours later and I didn't come up with anything, you know, and that's the name of the game, you know, if you want to come up with something. You know, Paul Harris told me one important thing, and he said, probably 1 or 5 out of 100 things are going to be good. You know, the rest of them aren't. So as long as you can deal with that, then yeah, I say constantly create and always be thinking. It's structured. I know my trick list. Francis Minotti has helped me out a lot with my show and, you know, taught me things. But for me, the thrill of doing my show still is that impromptu. You know, the improv. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I know for people that script things and stuff, they hate it and they say you need to have some structure. And I do agree, you know, because, and I'm getting better at this. You know, when I used to do my show, when I would go on to my next trick, I would be like, all right, let's try this. And I just realized that you can't really do that. It has to flow into the trick and it has to make sense. You know, I saw David Copperfield's show and I'll never forget it because it was a roller coaster of emotions, you know, so that's what I try to do. But it's still a work in progress. It'll always be a work in progress. For me, if I could give any advice, the best thing to do is to do it all the time. And that's what I've been doing. Every single week I perform, and every single week I learn something new. Magic no-nos, don't go to a bar in a tuxedo or a rabbit. Probably won't go over good. If you let a dove out, probably gonna frown upon that. When you do the ambitious card routine, don't make it come to the top 1,000 times, maybe 3 or 4. I think that's even pushing it. Don't start off with a card trick, because the first thing they're gonna do is judge you and they're gonna say, I know this one. The spectators know them all. They've seen them all. So if you don't want to be judged, do something quick and visual and get their attention. Once you have their attention, then you can do whatever you want. If you're going to be a mentalist, get to the point. Do not sit there and tell them a long story. If you're a magician, don't sit there and tell them a long story because you're going to lose them. They're the magic no-nos that I can think of right now, but we will come back with more. I promise. I think magic's headed in a good direction. I don't know, it's frustrating from 10 years ago to now, you know. Everybody's a creator, which kind of can be annoying because not everybody's a creator and they need to understand that, you know. You don't see me trying to be a big illusionist, you know. Or shall I say, if I was going to, I would work hard at it. I would have to work harder at it than creating. Creating is my niche in magic, and I went with that. You know, performing on stage, I love to perform on stage, but it takes a little more work, you know? So I just think that magic is headed in a good direction. I just think people need to know their roles, you know? I think people need to stop revealing things. It's getting a little out of control on YouTube, and that's the scary part, you know? It's like, where is the secret of magic anymore? It's not amongst us guys. It's all over the world now for people to see on YouTube. And YouTube can be an amazing tool or it can be our enemy. So there's a fine line there. But all in all, I think magic's headed in the right direction. I think love magic, you know, love it, and always have that backup plan or a job, because, you know, once you go full time, it's a job now. And sometimes I even miss the fun of of the magic, you know. So that's why I have to get together with my friends sometimes to get that love back again sometimes. So my advice would definitely be go for it, no matter what it is in life. I think, you know, wasted talent is a sad thing. So I'd say go for it, but just always have that backup plan and do it 110%.